Let's go to Gauntlet Runner.
Let's head there right away.
Let's set our destination.
Are we departing? Now then.
A village.
Takes a day to get there. And then
Is
we
something
can
bad?
go do Tomb of the Lament. One,
And there's
What
two,
lurks below?
three,
Is something bad?
four,
Yes.
5, 6.
Here's where we are now.
Okay. We go here. We go here. We go
And right
here.
there's a labyrinth. Here's where we are now.
1 day,
It's
2
your
day,
call.
3
and
day.
Right there's a labyrinth.
A well-deserved.
4
And there's
days.
a campground.
Danger.
5
They'll say
days,
danger.
6 days, 7 days,
That's where you want to
8
go?
days,
Here's where we are now.
9 days. It takes us 9 days to do the whole circuit. If
Huh.
okay, we're gonna have to
A
be
village.
super prepared.
I think we have a favor to do there.
Let's set the destination here. Someone wanted to
I
check
will
for
send you
Poogie.
to Jesus.
One of these stranger requests we've gotten, but I suppose the reward
your
is worth
call.
it. We should get there by midday. Can we make it back by tonight? Of course, so long as we don't do the daily dilly-dally. Oh, it's there and back. Let's do it
Let's be
anyway.
off.
Fuck it. Prepare ourselves even while on the road. I thought we could depart from here, but it doesn't look like we could depart from here.
What to pick?
I hear a voice. I'm sure he would listen. Joe comes to mind, maybe I should go talk with him. I can either talk with Hulkenberg. Okay. Stroll is behind. Let's go, let's look at his thing. Next rank, warrior lineage to 2 slots, inheritance. I will need that. Well, reserve the amount of experience, 3 slots. The samurai. Ooh. What does Hulkenberg do? What happens if we get hurt at 5? We can study knights cheaper. The Dark Knight and the Paladin. Oh my god. Okay.
All right then. Let's go.
Okay, we have one chance to talk to one. I can either talk to Stroll and catch him up, or I could talk to her and get her further along. I really want the Samurai and the Dark Knight. Let's catch him up. He's behind, let's catch him up. Oh, hello, what's your plan for today? I get restless too, but I suppose it's important to let off steam.
Oh, right.
Beg your pardon, I was just thinking about something. Are you free at the moment? I could use your advice about something, of course.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to burden you with all my personal problems.
I'm sorry.
I know I need to be better about keeping my emotions in check.
Right.
Remember what we heard about my inheritance? That there may be a clue to a whereabouts in my hometown at Gallica? It can save your people.
Sure. No.
Yes, Rangif and the others, and yet he would rather I use it to rebuild my house. To be lord of a prosperous house. That is the natural ambition of all who are born into nobility. Forging aristocratic alliances, courting favor from royals and nobles, marrying some wealthy lord's daughter, and then there's the matter of heirs. If I had a daughter, her hand would be promised to another family at birth. The son would follow suit in my courtly endeavors. All of that couldn't feel more foreign to me in this life. Your life is yours to choose.
Hey.
If only it was that easy.
Yeah.
All I know is that my parents sheltered me while they dutifully fulfilled their roles. And it's my turn to take up the mantle.
Damn.
I never imagined it would come to this. Makes me regret how I treated my parents. The last image they had of me was that of an ignorant child, spoiled all his life by a caterer of servants. The house and staying both are the cornerstones of Halia. That means nothing to the people suffering cast out by the fire. If I put the house first in spite of that, I am no different than Lord Hydra. What is my course? My lack of clear answers clouds my thoughts.
Got it.
But there's a way of light between those clouds, thanks to you. I need to seek out that inheritance, I know that much. We should look into it.
Well then.
You would join me. Does your generosity know no bounds? I want to see your home. I want to see your home. I can't let you go alone.
After all.
I know I'd worry if you went back
Hey.
alone. When am I? A boy in charge now? Please.
You're a kind one.
I honestly didn't expect such kindness, though. But since you're coming along, shall we agree to hair there next time we meet them? I can sense his trust in me. We raised it to rank
I'm
4.
relieved in knowing that I'm not
Warrior inheritance slots increased to 2, which is perfect. I really should be the one helping you, yet it's quite the opposite time and time
Thanks.
again. Thanks for that. We can work on inherited skills right now too, since we have a second slot, but no bag.
It's coming our way!
Oi! A monster with the most peculiar color changing eyes is clinging to the deck. Deal with it before it ruins all the hard work I put into this runner. You better get rid of it fast before Doris puts our entire journey on hold to buff out any scratches or dents. We cannot allow the beast to make its way to the runner to the deck with haste. And because we increased our... Oh, what is this?
Let's give you a try, eh?
We have Bombardier. These look like ice people.
Gunner!
I don't have fire on me, which is gonna be hard.
They're swift!
Oh no.
Let's go.
Oh, I do have fire on me.
Fire! Just one left.
Fine work, Dustin!
Let me rethink this. Go for it.
Only one left.
I'll stay my
Finish
blade.
them all.
Gunner! Then again,
He's gonna miss. It's physical damage.
fortifying.
He's the only one that needs to stay alive right now.
There they go.
Enemy reinforcements.
How many are there?
Oh shit.
Come on, everyone.
Reel and
Careful
run.
not to get.
But my shot gunner. No. My aim is strong.
Their weakness.
Let's take hold.
No synthesis available for you.
Come forth, royal soul. No.
They're weak to piercing attacks. Hit them all in one fell swoop.
Electricity has no effect. They're weak to piercing. Wind. Wind. I don't have wind. I don't have wind. Let's see if fire kills it.
Nice one for the captain.
My life is in
Can't
your
afford
hands.
to hold back.
Does he have any piercing stuff? He
within.
doesn't have any piercing
Give me your
stuff.
aid. Something else. You first.
3 enemies
Observe
left.
the enemy.
We can do this.
This won't do. I see you.
Rosenberg got them right
Let
in
us
their
clean
weak
up
spot.
this mess. You can't hide. Keep your guard.
Wise thing.
Impressive. Let's go. Fire. Last one.
Fine work,
Now,
Captain.
what's the play?
I don't think melee will work on him, but let's try.
Is everyone all right?
Okay.
I think I'm getting used to this.
Okay, good. I need a lot of mag.
Satisfactory.
We need to start ranking up some of these people.
The village of Inundo, a small settlement located north of Brylehaven, lies ahead. The industry that once thrived here fell into decline, and now the able-bodied youth dream instead of leaving home. A small population of mostly children and elders remain, and visitors are scarce. The Gauntlet runner slows to a stop.
Just a moment.
It's practically a ghost town here. The villagers around here are all like this. Those able to work have gone elsewhere to try and make a living, while the remaining residents live in constant fear of monsters. What a shame. It was my intention to cook something interesting if I came across an unusual ingredient here. That's alright, I think I prefer food that's not overly interesting. It's a bit small, but it looks like they set up a stall here. Want to answer them? By the way, you were asked to buy a toothbrush of Hygienia. Use while bathing to increase the protagonist's endurance by 2. Okay, let's get the key item. Have it appraised, or have it appraised. And now I have no money.
All right.
Let's continue our trip.
Now then.
Now, how far do I run her?
Really?
Ah, I see.
I want to do the Grieving Ghost of the Goblet. Let's look at the request for the Grieving Ghost Goblet. Grieving Ghost Goblet, a Seeker, Magic Knight, Gunner. So I just need to change somebody to a Seeker. And you know what? Why do I need to change someone into a Seeker?
All right.
Let's continue our trip. We're gonna go here.
Now then.
We could fulfill a request there.
Our task is to defeat the monsters and retrieve the Chalice of Legends, yes? Humans and treasure certainly seem to go hand in hand, and we may be in quite for
You
a haul
seem
here.
interested, lad.
I'm not keen on robbing graves, but it does help fund our endeavors, so long as we don't overdo it, the spirits will
It's your
understand.
call.
We'll have to camp for a night, but we'll get there tomorrow. In that case, care to head there straight away. Yeah, let's
be
go.
off.
Let's go. Let's stay focused and rest while we can. We're gonna train the gunner. We're gonna train.
As the sky turns the same muddy color as the land below, the Gauntlet runner arrives in a quiet land. However, confidence would be ill-advised. Listen carefully for footfalls in the mud, and move at the break of dawn.
We're also gonna check for any. I think we have intel for that place, so we're gonna reread the intel.
All right then.
Ooh, I think I could talk to Hulkenberg, which is perfect. Nice. So we get to talk to Hulkenberg. We're definitely gonna do that because I want to get closer and closer to the Dark Knight Paladin trees.
Ah, 'tis you.
Have you not decided our plans for the day? Even knowing we mustn't let our guard down, a breather might do us some
Sorry.
good. I apologize, but I must ask that we save training for another time. Right now, I've got some things I'd like to ponder and know. If you need another advice, I'm here.
If so,
Can you spare a moment for me then? This is about Rodink, the Knight Commander. My family found prominence through means beyond the wealth we lacked. Scholarship mostly, with some having developed a taste for politics. I was the outlier. My single-minded pursuit of martial arts put me quite outside their sphere. And considering my temperament, they had no idea what to do with me.
Yes.
My family offered me no meaning worth pursuing, so I volunteered for the guard when I was still quite young. I thought that in the military I could blaze my own trail on strength alone. But well, such ideals were meaningless to the House Hulkenberg. Before I had the chance to prove my abilities, they had already made arrangements to assign me to the Knights, ensuring I would not disgrace the family name.
But
But I was fortunate enough to meet Rodin in the course of my training as a new recruit. He was born into a storied rogue household, but his house dissolved and he joined the military after its
That's
decline. We were alike in that way, seeking to rise by our own individual efforts, regardless of familiar background. Well, what changed him?
the truth is,
After training concluded, Rodin was openly being considered for appointment to the Prince's Royal Guard. However, instead, it was I, still tender in years, who was ultimately selected. Rodin lacked for nothing as a knight. He and I were equals in all things, save that my family had put the right words in the right ears. He was denied the appointment to the Royal Guard. Instead, he was sent to the front lines alongside the common footmen in the state's army. I'm sure he was frustrated. He made a name for himself and returned to the order, but to see him rise up to the rank of commander in such a short time period. Do you feel inferior?
no.
Rodin's current behavior does not befit a knight commander, and it hardly bears saying that we cannot allow such abuse of power. Even if I'm partly responsible for his attachment to power, nay indeed, 'twould be all the more reason to intervene. But I cannot help but wonder whether it's even my place to judge him. Even as I sought to carve my own path, my knighthood only came at my family's behest. And after failing to protect my charge, I left the capital and wandered. All these lofty words that weighed, what weight do they bear from one such as I, a knight errant and a rodent, failed to the solemnity? Well, that's not who you are.
No.
Yet even if I now stay my course, what of my past self? What if she who wandered? Once upon a time I thought myself righteous. I respected order, brought many a criminal to justice, and saw many a punishment meted out.
Alas.
Yet, looking back, I know it was a matter of convenience, a way to disguise the weakling I was, my knightly standing and replacement for the family I had forsaken. Of course, in my time as knight, I failed to protect the prince, and abandoned my post to seek him out with no more honor than a thief in the night. I fled my family, and I fled my knighthood. Rodin, he sees this in me. Clarion clear. Who am I to claim my chivalry over him? You would run again?
So then,
So you would repeat the past and run from Rodin. No, I was simply afraid to face him and afraid of facing who I was. You have friends now, you know?
it'll be fine.
We'll all help you through this, no matter what.
You know,
This is the way of a broken sword, I suppose. Brute force will avail to nothing, eh? Still.
I see.
Well, yes, that sword. Perhaps I'd lost sight of something very important indeed. But you've always been there to remind me. I am truly indebted to you, Poogie. Know that you have my sincerest thanks. Nice, we got some back there.
It is finally time I settled this. Sorry.
If I may, I'd like some time alone with my thoughts. When I found my answers, I'll speak again here.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
What to pick? Where to?
I can turn in a... Oh, I can't turn in a quest right now. I could plant something. Can I talk to anybody right now? I can't.
Well... Hey!
Courage might work.
Then
I really want wisdom, though. Wisdom or eloquence? and I need a cook.
This is...
Restores 400 HP and burns. Restores 215, cures poison. Cures status elements for all allies. Increase critical rate for all allies. Gain immunity in the field for 60 seconds. All party members will graduate HP while walking dungeons. Okay, so definitely benevolent bread.
Alright.
He's gonna go ahead and knead the bread with his feet. Then we're gonna check the oven heat. Then we're gonna have some baked bread. Yeah. Thanks to speed cooking, I cooked without time passing. Okay, so we did that. Okay. What was I looking for? Wisdom or eloquence? Imagination. I don't need imagination, so not now. Eloquence. Oh, I could use eloquence. Not now. Do we have wisdom? Tolerance? No. So the second one. Wisdom. Yes.
What's that?
Sustainable magical living. What is he getting at? Anyway, the first chapter is called Thinking About Fuel in the Magical Future. All things considered, our world is still primitive, foolishly relying on wood and fire to warm and feed its people.
See.
This wood we burn makes smoke, and the smoke pollutes the atmosphere and destroys life beyond our cities. Combustible fuels must be prohibited by law. And the void left there is where magic comes in. It says, in other words, he wants to do everything with magic instead of fireworks. What do you think? It won't work for everyone. I think it might work for some, but certainly not for everyone.
Right?
I agree, so few can afford igniters. Banning non-magical fires would pose a lot of immediate logistical problems. Gallica and I were on the same page. I feel like I gained some wisdom.
All right.
Oh, just underneath it. Okay. So we still need to stack wisdom a little
Well-
bit. People's lives in the present are important, but so is the future. I think we should treat both with the respect they deserve. There's still more left to read in this book. I'll pick it up next time.
I say, we could
Break time
stop for a
shows. There's
break.
something up ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at a spectacular waterfall northwest of Brylehaven, the Peregrine Falls. The water cascading down from the river between the canyons is among the kingdom's finest vistas. Thanks in part to the monuments carved into rocky cliffs. Is the rumbling echo simply the water plummeting into the basin below? Or the roar of the Mage King?
Good, this is good. Gonna be good for Maria.
This?
What could this be? Yet again, it seems we found ourselves within the most peculiar places. Something is just barely visible beyond the waterfall's veil, a statue perhaps. It must be. They look like faces, but why would anyone go through the trouble of carving something like that behind a waterfall?
Besides,
And aren't their expressions kind of scary? Like they're dying. Their pain expressions make it look as though they're moments away from death. It must be difficult to carve the rock in a place like that. Just whose face could that be anyway?
Mayhap.
There's perhaps the likeness of one of the old hero kings. I believe a legend involving the Mage King is set within this region. I'd not question it if you told me this was all created with the Mage King's magic. They say he mastered immensely powerful forces, which he used to protect his
Just-
people. I cannot help but think, what would drive someone to go such great lengths to carve such a terrifying monument of these stones? As a warning?
What's that about?
Maybe they wanted to warn us of something. You might be right. For all his power, the Mage King suffered great misfortunes throughout his final years. Perhaps this serves as a warning to those who would follow him. Power closes as many doors as it opens. Regardless of the intent with which you wield it, you may yet be feared and ostracized. It's kind of sad when you think about it. When you put it that way, it almost feels like the roar of the waterfall is meant to represent the Mage King's cries of anguish.
Yes.
If that is indeed true, then we must best honor these sentiments by etching this place within our memory. We may think on it more, but it is time to return to the runner. After contemplating the Mage King's lament, I felt that my wisdom has grown.
Now then.
That's what we needed. Boom, level 3. So now eloquence is next.
Wisdom.
Is one of the virtues that a ruler must possess. If you aspire for true sovereignty, fill thyself with the knowledge to discern truth from
Why,
falsehood.
that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passion may be inflamed.
Hello.
With these particularities of the waterfalls are up to debate, their majesty is not. I made a nice little record of the site. Do take it with you. Nice, we got something for Maria. I give this drawing to Maria later. I headed back to the runner, imagining the surprised expressions that would appear on her face when I tell her about this place.
Their destination is the Tomb of Lament, found north of Oceania.
Oh no, it's a stormy day when we get there, of course.
Lie the victims of a terrible
Of course,
epidemic.
it's a stormy
It is said
day.
The lamentations of the lost echo throughout,
That means they're gonna be harder.
disfiguring the somber burial ground into a mass grave for criminals and the kinless. The vindictive spirits conjure restless monsters. And it is here that the Gauntlet runner comes to an uneasy halt.
Now then.
This is the tomb we've been looking for, is it not? What is our next course of action? We defeat the monster in the back and retrieve the Chalice of Legends. They say there's a ghost in there, but what do you think there is really? Think back to the Grand Cathedral with Zorba and his profane arts. We witnessed specters that could bear such a label. It is likely, it is not certain, that people have simply mistaken the true nature of this monstrosity. I can understand why people might wish the dead could return, but let's find this thing and put an end to the rumors. I've heard that weapons and ancient treasures being buried in these places, but they're probably off
My
the main
thanks.
path. Poogie, we will follow your lead. Just a second, I sense something. There's also an artifact in here. Is there something
So,
there?
hey,
But I thought I sensed one of the relics Neuros is looking for. Make sure you don't miss any treasure chests, okay? So the Tomb of Lament. We really gotta search the Tomb of Lament. Let's
now?
look at our information. When we paid for information for intel, they slipped us this note. From what I recall, this is what they said. The Tomb of Lament, of course I can tell you about it. The bounty is called Fatalik. People say it's a ghost. Scary enough on its own, but the real horror is how it summons a two-headed beast called the Kaimenza. The problem with Kaimenza around, the Fatalik's attacks get stronger, uses dark magic. So you better prepare for dark magic and use wind. And it's weak to light.
no kidding.
Weak to light, weak to wind, uses dark magic, spears and blows.
What now?
So inheritance. Someone has to inherit. Okay. He's the brawler. He's gonna need to turn into the seeker. That's gonna be so difficult for him. And then Shot might be good. Poison shot might be good. You have light. Deals weak light magic light damage to an enemy.
All right.
Oops, I didn't mean to get rid of Blizz. But, ooh, steel? Maybe? Let's give him poison shot.
All right.
Because poison shot is a pierce and they're weak to pierce and he has wind. So that'd be good. We have a mage skill inheritance. Oh my god. He only has one. Okay. So someone needs Patra. Hulkenberg. Needs Lucky Find. Oh, we don't have enough for Lucky Find. Oh no. So as soon as we can, we need to put Lucky Find on her. Who else has Merchant? He has Merchant. He could get Lucky Find. Does he have Steel? Does he have Steel now? He doesn't have Steel now. Oh god. Fucking... She needs Lucky Find. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and save.